The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
It is Tuesday, a toxic Tuesday, a terrific Tuesday, a tantalizing Tuesday. Let's get a little messy on this Tuesday. That's a live look at the Tostitos Championship Plaza outside in front of the Ford Center. People starting to come back out there, throwing football around where the weather is currently 80 degrees, a high today of 85, low today of 64. That's your weather right there, Nate. You like it a little brisk, a little chilly. I like it too. All right, this is Kurt.
Yeah. Remember my name?
This is Nate. I was about to call you Shannon. I don't know why I looked at you about to call you Shannon. This is Nate. In the back is Chris Bean, keeping us live and local. We are without Shannon today. He had to travel to get a hysterectomy. He'll be back sometime this week. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. And together, we make Hangin' with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak. This segment is brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets his wings. Those wings are a little bit on IR right now, but it's all good. All right. A little bit of news. Okay. Things came out that Marshawn Nealon is not hurt as bad as we thought he was.
That's
right.
Good news,
Just
I
the
guess.
LCL, not an ACL. So a little bit of work with there. Cowboys had
what did that mean? I mean, explain to us what AC and all of that mean. I don't know the body parts that well.
Different ligaments.
different ligaments apart in the knee. I think
Okay.
that LCL is what is it, Chris? I don't know.
It's because they said they got something shaved off.
Yeah, so you can get your meniscus. He had like the
Right.
meniscus and LCL meniscus. He got a little bit of it shaved off. I'm no doctor. I did stay at a Holiday Inn, but
You do park in their parking lots when you travel?
I do. Oh, I will. That is. Let me tell y'all a little bit of secret because I just saw on the news the other day
Right.
that the airport is about to go up on parking prices.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So like the A and B lots is gonna be like an extra $8. The other lots is gonna be like $6. So they going up. Here's the thing. Find a hotel that is near the airport. Go and park in their parking lot. Either catch an Uber or, if you're really good, catch their shuttle to the airport. You don't pay for parking and you have someone to pick you up. Mm-hmm. And if you get back in time, just walk right in the hotel. Have breakfast before you leave.
Well, you got this all figured out.
I've done it many, many times. All right. Cowboys had a workout today. They worked out Denzel Mims.
Yeah.
Sick and Bears.
Anything
Huh?
to be worried about?
What'd you say, Chris?
Sick and Bears.
Oh, Sick'em Bears.
He's a Baylor Bear.
Yes.
Is that
Probably-
somebody that could help?
I think 3 years ago. I do.
He was drafted by the Jets.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Jets. He was in training camp with the Panthers. Don't think he's a significant factor in anything like that, but they're always trying to add depth. Stephen Jones or Jerry Jones, one of the Joneses, always talks about football for the Cowboys is a 365-year proposition. They're always looking to improve. All right. So,
It's a day, by the way.
what's today?
You said 365 year
365 days.
days
A year.
a year. There you go.
They always have these prop bets that come out at the beginning of the year. The MVP, this and that. They also have these other prop bets called who will be the first coach to get fired first
Ding, ding, ding.
in
We
the
got
NFL
one.
season.
Wow.
Got
I didn't
one.
even know he was on the hot seat.
He didn't know he was on the hot seat.
Until he said something
Did you
to
look
the
it up?
quarterback.
I looked it up.
I sure did too. As soon as he got fired.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I also was escorted out of a building like this one time. Robert Saleh, the head coach of the New York Jets,
The X.
the former head coach of the New York Jets, was unceremoniously fired this morning.
I thought he was kind of highly regarded.
Well,
Maybe not to the quarterback.
maybe not to the quarterback, because he's a defensive coach. I think he comes from that Shanahan tree, right? He's one of these guys who he had a top defense in the time that he's been in New York. But they said that he was escorted out by building security, would not let him go and say anything to the team.
Dang.
That Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, walked into his office this morning. He said he was surprised to see Woody walk in and to give him his pink slip this morning. I was fired from a job and they had security walk me out of the building. Funny story about that. When I get done in the office with this said boss of the place that I was let go.
It wasn't Jason Garrett, was it?
No. I gracefully walked out of there too. But we get done with this meeting, and as I'm being fired, and I walk out, like I open the door, and there's a security guard standing there. And it's your typical building security guard. It's not anyone that you fear, right? It's the old guy who's retired, who's on a fixed income, who's working at the building for a little extra money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? And maybe to pay for his little, he might have a little young thing that he got to pay a little. You know what I'm saying? A little say he might go by the trailer parks. You need a little part-time job to stop by the trailer parks to get that chicken before you head over there. And I walk out the office, and this security guy is standing there, and he's like, come on, I'm gonna escort you. And I'm looking at him. I look back at the guy that just fired me, and I said, what is he going to do?
You said that to the
Yeah.
guy.
And he's like, come on, man. Come on, man. And fast forward, I saw him, like, after I got fired, I saw him, like, maybe 2 or 3 years later in the grocery store.
Right.
And I'm getting some...
The security guy or
the security
guy
guy
who fired you?
No, the guy that hired me, trust me, whenever I'm in the building, he hides. And so the security guard, I'm at the grocery store getting some lunch meat. And he walks up to me and he says, son, I don't know, you don't remember me. He said, I was the security guard that had to walk you out the building. And we laughed about it. He said, I'm going to be honest with you. He said, I'm so glad you walked out peacefully. He said, because when you opened the door, I looked up at you and I thought to myself, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do with this young boy if he decides to jump on me. And I said, nah, man, I'm not like that. But yeah, Robert Saleh's fired. Cowboys got a football game this week.
Before we get into that real quick, I looked up Robert Saleh. Would you care to guess what he's a defensive coach.
Yes.
Would you care to guess right now what their defensive ranking is?
Third.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I'm looking at it, so yeah.
Nah, man. Nah. What
Okay,
is
Nate.
it? What
Number
is it?
2.
Yeah.
They're number 2 in the league, and he got let go.
And didn't
You
they? Aren't they?
cannot say nothing to a quarterback of that caliber that upsets him.
No, you just that guy.
Yeah.
Aaron's the kind of guy that will get you, he'll get you fired.
Aren't
Coach mentioned maybe the cadence could be a problem. And Mr. Rogers came back, well, maybe if you just hold players accountable, it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, a week later, I don't care where you ranked.
And honestly,
they're promoting the defensive coordinator, so
Yeah.
it's not like
I know, that's the funny part.
I think Aaron Rodgers is more so like, hey, yeah, Nathaniel Hackett, I need you for me. I don't need you to be the coach for everybody. Just be the coach for me.
Yeah,
And then now that they hired this new defensive coordinator, it's going to be a shift. It's going to be a split atmosphere, right? Like he's going to handle that over there, and Nathaniel Hackett will kind of be the semi-head coach and assistant head coach and be over here with the offense. And now Aaron will be able to kind of really have his way with things over there offensively.
Like talking about when Tom went to Tampa.
One time with the Tampa, he got Bruce Arians. But see, Bruce said, okay, have it your way, my boy. Like I don't want the smoke.
Right.
I tried to run it my way, but you want it a different way. I'll acquiesce and we'll run it your way, and then let them to win the Super Bowl. Don't know if this is going to happen for
doesn't seem likely, does it?
for the Jets, but
ESPN's loving this because they play on Monday night this week against Buffalo.
But also, like, that New York team is also, like, if there's those New York teams, if it wasn't for the Cowboys, those would be the guys who get the most coverage, because of where they're located.
Yeah, that's where they are. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, as far as coverage, this is really good for them because they're like, oh, we get the Cowboys, and now we got a story about the Jets. Yeah. New York media is going to be all over that. But let's talk about more relative things that matter to us.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. We don't.
That's good stuff there, man. Just to let you know, this is a player-led league. Hey, man. Jesse, how you feel today, man?
I'm good, man.
Man, you came in on fire. I like that, my friend.
I'm good, man.
You got your boy over there to your right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Life is good with my boys here. You know what I'm saying? Your boy not here.
I worry about my boy, man. I worry about my boy.
Why?
But anyway, 3 pumps. You all right today?
Well, yeah, I am.
You got a little action? You got a little action? Yo, you got a little light to your face, I'm going to keep it real. Like, your weekends lately have been real pumpy-ish.
Right.
You don't know.
Nah,
you don't know.
I can tell when your energy.
Smile, bro.
Your energy.
Look at the weekend. Look at that.
Your energy when you come back. You've come back in here a couple weekends, and you've been real airy. You've been bright. You've been light-footed.
Yeah. You on the computer getting up information.
Yeah, you had a little pep to your step, man.
I'm glad my wife don't listen to this.
Yeah, you had a little pep to your step, man. Like,
but your sister gonna call and tell her.
Yeah.
No, she don't listen to me.
I can tell somebody who don't got no strained nuts over there.
Oh man.
I know somebody who
Maybe he does.
maybe they drained and not strained. Drained, not strained.
Strained. That's what Jerry said today on the radio.
He said strained?
No, he said someone asked him how do you get strained? You know.
Yeah.
What he said, you could walk off the curb or something like
He
that.
says or at night.
Or at night. At night. You have been
Or
coming
at
in
midnight.
here.
You know, Mr.
Your
Jones.
smile. Your smile.
Mr. Jones
Just
gonna
happy
play
to
it
see
to
you.
it.
You was happy to see
He
us?
was playing into it.
Nah,
guys.
we
He was playing
listen.
into
We
it
don't
good.
bring that much joy to your life.
We won the game, so he'll play in anything.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, well, we got 1 minute left. Let's just go to break. When we come back from break, we'll talk more about the Cowboys. This team showed some fight last week. They showed some grit.
Yeah,
they showed a level of resiliency when the chips were down. Does that give you hope going forward? Will they? Because they're going to need it this week. Because they're going to be in a dog fight.
It will be a strain this week.
It will be a strain. Stay right here. We'll be right back hanging with the boys.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/cowboys to get started.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together. And we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys. Segment 2 is brought to you by blockchain.com. Hey, Kurt, my boy.
Yes.
7-Eleven.
Hear it.
Hey, Cowboys Nation, get ready for the ultimate game day experience. Thanks to 7-Eleven, you can win a VIP experience at the Cowboys vs. Bengals showdown on December 9th. Just text Cowboys VIP to 711-711 for your chance to win the premium club tickets, sideline passes, travel, and more. Don't miss out. Enter now. No purchase necessary. Ends on 11/20. Must be 18 years or older. USDC void where prohibited. Message that arrangements apply. Visit bit.ly/go711 for full details and non-text entry. We just want to make sure that people know that Nate's shirt says "Die Hard Cowboys."
Yeah. Don't try to make that more than what it is. Your mind is not right today.
People can only see die. So I want people to understand what's on your shirt. It's Die Hard Cowboys, DHC.
Yeah.
That looks like it was custom done there for you.
Yeah.
Name on the back.
You know what? Remember the dude that came and said asinine and all that?
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Barrington.
And I think I got this shirt from up near around there. Yeah, for real.
For the Baltimore, I think it's from that area, right?
Yeah, I think. Now, it could be wrong. I sure hope I ain't messing nobody up. I got it from one of those places up there. Yeah.
Oh, also this segment is brought to you by Jigsaw, proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Those guys too. So
Jigsaw, baby.
Blockchain and 7-Eleven. The Cowboys went up to Pittsburgh, and I gotta say, they brought the Michael McCarthy Pittsburgh type of attitude.
Yep. Got a little feisty up there.
They had some fight in them. Now, they tried to give the game away a couple times, but they showed a level of resiliency that I hadn't seen in this team in a while. You lose the turnover battle. You deal with having your top two defensive players out, losing a third in the game, losing a left tackle in the game, and still being able to pull out a victory. Is this something that, Nate, you think this grit, this fight, this toughness that the Cowboys displayed last week, was that a one-off, or is this something that they can carry?
They can build on this.
They're going to need it.
That never say quit attitude. They can build on this. And put it on Jesse X. Don't bother me. Put it on his X. Sometime we don't need people talking about playing your role. We need more people playing their roles. Right. And I think defensively, everybody played their role.
You mean like hero ball?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
You mean like details?
I thought about that. I like, hold on now. Nobody had to say, everybody lined up like, this is my opportunity.
No, don't put this on my ex. Don't put this on my ex. Because they going to know.
We teammates.
No. Put it on Nate's ex. Because I know what y'all going to do to me. Y'all going to come to me and say, Jess, you being messy.
Yeah.
And Jess, you talk. I don't need nobody brothers, mothers, aunts, fan base, fanboys, boys. I don't need none of that coming to me and say, Jesse, you said this about so-and-so. You taking subliminal shots at so-and-so. So y'all send it over. What is it, 61?
It's the fourth and long, baby. Jesse without an eye. What is it, Jesse without?
No eye.
No eye. Okay.
No eye. No
Put
eye.
it there.
No.
It's just, I like to think sometime, which y'all don't believe I do here.
See how you try to set me up? Put it on my ex. And nigga start saying, you know how we ain't talked about. No, don't put it on my. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But with teams, when all week long, we didn't hear none of just do your job, pay attention to detail, this, and this. Guys just went out and performed. Chauncey Golston had a nice game. Mozzie was consistent again. Just guys just doing their job, playing the right type of ball. Steelers a little bit out of character. They wasn't trying to get at you in that first half with that run the way they normally do. Cowboys just hung in there. They fought back, and it was an ugly win, but I promise you, give me those ugly wins.
Sure.
Give them to me, because with ugly wins sometimes help build character. Now, when our stars start coming back, maybe they can join in. We only need your leadership role as a product. I'm trying to say it right. We need for you to make plays when you come back. We don't need your cheers.
Yeah.
We need your plays.
Right.
Yeah.
So come back in. The great basketball players sometimes get injured, and they'll miss a couple of games, and the team will continue to win. When they come back, they don't not so much of a rah-rah guy, but they let their points, their defense, and their abilities show. And that's what we need. That's what we need. We need for when these guys come back, let your ability show, not your mouth.
We talked about that some last week. I mean, once the star guys were out, you couldn't have one guy replace them. It had to be as a group, and they're not. One guy's not going to step up and produce that kind of what Micah does. But collectively, they knew where they were, and if they didn't follow their reads, stay in their gaps, sound technique, and up the resilience, up the fight,
right,
they were done for.
3 sacks this game or 2? Because remember, we ain't had sacks the last few games. We had 2 or 3 sacks. We had pressures. These guys fought, man. These guys fought. And
3 sacks on Justin Fields.
Yeah, they fought. And this is the amazing thing that I tell people is this after getting on a flight, flying 3 hours, getting a half a night's sleep, coming up, now you got 2 hours wait time. Your mind is set, and all of a sudden they walk in, hey man, you might well take them pads off. You got at least 2 more hours to wait. For the road team, that throws you all out of whack. You ain't got nothing you can really fall back on. You can't, you can call your wife, but she's 1,000 miles. You can call your girl, but everybody else kind of just right there. Mm-hmm. You got to make too many moves mentally, and this thing hurt us. And I'm talking about them over there, not us. Yeah. Where it hurt me because I had to stay here all till 1 o'clock in the morning.
I'm right there
and
with
you too. You had to stay there till 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. But we could drive home in a couple of minutes. They couldn't. They had to get back on the plane. So a lot of things was going through their minds.
I wondered that though. Did that weather delay? You think affected Cowboys more than the Steelers? Because I wondered, the fans kind of lost their momentum. It's all. I wondered if did it matter either way? I guess.
To me, I have a road routine and a home routine, and I kind of like to stay on that routine. I get on the last bus, you know what I'm saying, coming to the game because I like to get off and get dressed.
We'll let y'all know.
Yeah,
that's called privilege. Okay, you got to be somebody. Just let me give y'all a look into the world of football.
Yeah,
those that get to ride on the late bus are the privileged ones, because when they walk into the locker room, it don't matter who in front of them on the training table. It don't matter it don't matter what order you in to get your shot, your Toradol shot or whatever for the game. When those few that take that late bus get to the locker room, all things change when they walk. So when you hear a player talk about they were on the late bus, just FYI, I was never on the late bus. I was on the first bus.
Right.
Okay. I had to when you on the late bus and when you walk in, a hot tub not available. Hey, come on now, get on up out of there.
I ain't got but a few more minutes.
Come on now, get up out of there. I don't care if you just got in. Come on, let's go. I want to just give y'all a peek inside. When you hear any player talk about being on the late bus over to the game, you know he's somebody. Because only the somebodies of the team get to ride over on the late bus. Continue.
Anyway.
Just saying. Just want to let y'all know.
Because I like to get dressed in a hurry. I don't like all that rigmarole. Like Jesse probably got there. He's saying, but he probably ran and stretched, and I didn't go on the field. I had to almost be forced on the field because I didn't have 70 plays in me, and I didn't want to waste them running up and down the field. So when I got dressed, it was like right before we was getting ready to go out to stretch. And once we stretched, I was like trying to get at the back of the line because I didn't want to do a lot of, hitting and stuff like that. So I had a routine. And if any of that got threw out of whack, For me, I'm talking about personally. How about you?
No, when you said that routine, that word routine, that's the thing. Everybody has their routine. Like football players, and I think athletes in general.
Baseball are the worst.
But like you have your routine. I get there a certain time. I'm gonna do hot tub. I'm gonna do cold tub. This train is gonna tape my ankles. I'm gonna take my my pregame energy drink at this time. I put certain pads on at certain time. You know what I'm saying? I go out in the field and I do my work. And now, because it's all set up to Nate's point, to get me right to the point where the next action is game time.
Yeah.
And so now when you go through all of that mentally, like, because you like to believe that you kind of plan this thing out in your head of, how many plays I got, how the thing's going to go, and when things start throwing you off, like a rain delay or some sort of delay, mentally it messes with you because I was ready to go then. And now I have to sit here. I get cold. Like, anytime you build up your sweat and now I'm ready to go and now it's come back in the locker room, I just got to just sit, I get cold. Then I got to re-stretch again. That part can definitely throw you out of whack a little bit because all the guys have a playlist. All the people have, hey, y'all, what's going on? They're not so important. They didn't have the suits on like the other people. The other people had suits and stuff on.
Those insurance people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big time insurance.
There you go. So to your point, Kurt, it is the mental aspect of it of having that rain delay can affect you a little bit. But once you get out on the field and those pads start get to clanging, you find a focus. Yeah. You find a focus.
If I always remind, well, go ahead.
No, you go ahead on.
Well, I just had a stupid story to tell you, but if you got
it's cool. I mean, he's Shannon it.
The stupid story.
He's doing a Shannon. Go ahead on, bro.
Well, you mentioned baseball. There's a funny story. The Texas Rangers were Wade Boggs and the Red Sox, I think, were in town, and Wade Boggs is one of the most superstitious.
Yes, he is.
On the routine guys there was, and before every game at like 3:18, he would start his warm-ups. He'd come out on the field, mess around. 3:18, start his warm-ups. Somehow the Rangers guys, Chuck Morgan over there, figured out clock went to 3:17. They stopped it, and then they jumped to 3:19.
Ooh.
And Boggs went like 0 for 4 that night. So.
Wow. No, that can happen. That can happen. I'm telling you, it's the mental game that you play with yourself a lot of times in those games.
The thing that I laugh because if they would say rain delay, the first thing I'd have did is ran to Bucky because Bucky keeps up with that type of stuff for us. And I said, Bucky, just give me an estimate of how long this is supposed to be. And if he said it's at least going to be an hour, I would have found me a corner and did everything in my power to relax and go to sleep.
Oh, really?
So I could
restart.
So I could start.
That's a good plan.
I'm serious, man. Big news, this is finna happen. And I try to get somewhere and get still and as relaxed as I can because for some reason, man, I start just burning energy. I don't know how you felt before a game, but I just I didn't, because if I got too hyped, it was a guaranteed 3 offsides. It was be a guaranteed. Troy used to look at me like, we got a couple of hard counts this game, Nate, because he know my energy will start, and I get,
You get out of whack.
Back then, did they even halt games for Lightning?
Yes, sir.
They did then, too?
Yes, sir.
Damn, Kurt, what you mean back then?
I didn't remember.
We didn't play
I remember.
The 50s and 60s.
How long ago? This is
I didn't remember. At one time, they played in anything.
But you played in the 90s and 2000s? And I played,
2000s.
Yeah, I played in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I knew when you played. I just didn't know. I mean, there was a time when you played no matter what, and I didn't know if that was still the
80s and 90s for me.
You make you dating real old. All right, man. Let's take our last and final break. When we come back, the Cowboys have no problem moving the ball up and down the field in between the 20s. It's when they get in the red zone that they begin to have a struggle. Is there a fix to it? If it is, what do you guys think the fix should be? I'll jump into and give my input in this, but we'll see with the Cowboys if we can come up with the remedy for the Cowboys to have a better red zone offense. Stay right here with us. This is Hanging with the Boys. We'll be right back.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hangin with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys and our final segment of the day. I'm joined by my 3-time Super Bowl champion, 6-time Pro Bowl buddy, Nate Newton. My boy, 3 pumps.
3 pumps.
3 pumps. Kurt Daniels. Shannon is out today traveling. Salt and Pepper Poppy is sitting in the driver's seat running the show today. The Cowboys, when you look at who they are and you look at the game, like when you really get a chance to look at the games, you see that they have the ability to move the ball in between the 20s. And this doesn't just sit for this year. There was an issue last year. I think an issue before that.
Yes, it was.
It's when they get in the red zone. Against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got into the red zone. They had a fumble. They had an interception. And then Rico almost tried to give the game away.
Oh, man.
Don't do that, Rico.
I'm just saying, Rico might have been working for.
I think he went outside his talent.
Man, yeah.
Some people can't do that.
There was a guy that came to UNC back in the day, Michael Franchini, and he was talking about gambling and on the insides of point shaving and all that. I was like, look at Rico. I said, come on, dog. Like, if you just follow Lipke, bro, you walk in the end zone. I don't know.
Say, would he have scored if he hadn't done it?
Man. Maybe it was aesthetics. Maybe he always dreamt about if the day ever come that I get to the 1-yard line, I'm going to dive over the top.
Look at that thing like Dorsett.
Yeah, like Dorsett and like Walter Payton and those guys back in the day. And almost gave the game away in doing it. But the Cowboys right now, they sit 22nd in the National Football League in red zone efficiency offense, converting at a 46% rate. What do you think is a fix with the roster currently constructed for the Cowboys that can get them to a place where they're able to have, because it would be one thing if you said to me, well, Jess, they have a low percentage in the red zone because they're scoring a lot of points 30 yards, 40 yards and out. But that's not happening either. They don't have a lot of chunk plays where they're scoring touchdowns. You'll get CeeDee Lamb to have one of those moments where he breaks a play off and he goes and scores a touchdown. But other than that, they don't have a back that can break through the line of scrimmage, get to the second level, and run by anybody. They don't take many vertical shots down the football field. Like even CeeDee Lamb's big play that he had a couple weeks ago was a 12, 14-yard kind of out route that he dipped in between two guys and ran the rest of the way. Kurt, I'll start with you. when you watch this, if is there something that you see that you can be like, maybe they need to try this in the red zone that'll give them a better opportunity to score?
Well, I don't know about specific plays and all that, but doesn't it always boil down to the offensive line at this point? I mean, is that where it all? I mean, because you're getting down. There's not much room to operate. You got to get bully ball in there now. I mean, and maybe they just don't have the horses right now to make that happen.
And also, one of the stark reasons that they brought back Ezekiel Elliott was for reasons like this.
Hammered up in there, yes, sir.
But they didn't use him.
No.
I get that Rico's your guy, and I think that Rico should be your guy. Mm-hmm. But now I'm starting to question. I don't want to avert off what we're talking about. What is Zeke here for now? What is his purpose here now?
Yeah, that's what we were told he was here for, short yardage.
Short yardage and right in those red zone situations where you may have struggled, and you're not even in on those plays.
Yeah.
Nate, what is your solution?
My solution is when you're inside the 5, you got to have that sledgehammer. I think as the line mature, and I'm about 2 or 3 weeks away from not saying that anymore, because after about 7 or 8 weeks, you should know 6-5. This starting this week, you should know who you are. You got to be a little bit more precise with the plays you're calling. And I watched them use Turpin all during training camp and during the preseason in the red zone. He's lightning quick. He's fast enough. Now, does he have the confidence in himself, and do Dak, more importantly, does Dak to use him? He was doing well in training camp. I mean, he was doing awesome, in training camp. So now for them not to do that, I think they should take more shots with Fergie. I think he can be an instant success because he can body people up. Huh?
Have they targeted him at all?
Not in the red zone. He can. I think they had an option play where I think Dak when Dak ran, they had an option and they stayed on Fergie, and so Dak ran the ball. That's when you were talking about he could have lost that thing and we would have lost the game. But Ferguson, to me, when you got players that can show that type of talent, I think Fergie, I think CeeDee Lamb, when we get in the red zone, those guys, we should. I was kind of mad when they threw the low ball to Tolbert. I'm like, what? We got Fergie and we got CeeDee Lamb. Most teams use their best players. Yeah. So that's just my thought.
I think the biggest thing when the Cowboys, there's a couple of things for me. When the Cowboys get in the red zone, this is where I personally, and maybe I'm biased, give me the tall receivers. Give me your Flournoys. Give me your Brooks of the worlds, right? Like have something that incorporates those guys in your red zone offense. And the reason being is I have a much bigger target radius. I can throw it up in the back of the end zone and not have to worry about me missing a shorter Turpin. In the red zone, one of the things you always hear about, everything's happened so much faster. Reason being, not a lot of room. Right? You're now playing really 11, 12, 13, 14 on 11 because you have the back of the end zone and both sidelines. So those guys don't have to cover that, and they don't have to worry about anything going behind them because the end zone ends. Mm-hmm. So everything has to happen at a much faster rate. And now when I'm trying to sift through and find smaller guys and some of that rubbish, it throws me off. I'm not as confident. And you don't want tips in that area. You don't want the ball tipped or deflected because it's going to get intercepted.
Fat dude may catch it
like the dude last night. Yeah. And so that's why I am more of a fan of, hey, bring some of those bigger guys into the game. Use Fergie in those matchups. Create those rubs. Create those confusions so that guys miss somebody, passing somebody off, and I can be able to make those plays. And also, what you about to say?
So what you're trying to say is
I'm about to get there. Go ahead.
You picking at Mike, man.
I'm coming at Mike.
Yeah, okay. I done scoped that already. Leave my boy alone.
My next thing is, I was literally coming to this point. that Michael McCarthy, you have to have a set of creative plays in your bag. Like, you have to know, like, there should be your 2-point plays, your surefire 2-point plays. These are the plays that I'm going to, and they going to work. You got to have a set of plays, those red zone plays, that you are so confident in and that could really open up guys. Because when you get in the red zone, that's not a time for me to be guessing and thinking about, oh, should I go there? Should I not go there? You got to be right. And you got to be right now. So for me, I don't call him Freaky Mike anymore.
I just want to say that. You read my mind.
I don't call him.
He went from Freaky Mike, that's my boy.
His name's Michael.
Yes, boy.
His name's Michael from Pittsburgh. His name's Michael from Pittsburgh.
That is so... That is so asinine.
And 10, and 11, and 12.
I was just finna go there.
Yeah, Mike has upset me, man.
Why?
Because he lost to Freaky. He ain't even one pumping no more.
Wow.
He's lost to Freaky, man. I need the freakiness back.
Right.
Because where we're going in the National Football League, we gotta sidebar. One of the reasons why Aaron Rodgers is not having really good success, and I know this is not on the topic, but his coach got fired today, and it's not the coach's fault. It's Aaron Rodgers' fault. Okay, Aaron Rodgers is one of the quarterbacks in this league. While he is a damn good thrower and is a Hall of Famer, surefire when his time comes up, Aaron Rodgers does not want to play modern football. He doesn't want the motions. Aaron Rodgers doesn't want all that extra stuff. He wants to get to the line of scrimmage, and he wants to figure out for himself what's going on up there. The new age of football is we're going to do these motions and these plays, and I'm going to tell you where the ball should be going up here. Aaron Rodgers doesn't subscribe to that. That's where he ran a foul in Green Bay with Mike McCarthy and those guys, and that's where they ran a foul with him in New York. So that's neither here nor there. But Michael McCarthy, Michael from Pittsburgh, he just got it, man.
Freaky.
Yeah, he's not freaky for me no more, man. He's just Michael from Pittsburgh.
You saw in my eyes, I can react like, hold on.
Yeah.
You saw me for that.
He's Michael from Pittsburgh. And then the third thing for me is gotta be able to establish the run down there. Like, you gotta be able to establish some sort of run. And that's a collection of offensive line doing what you do, and they got to find a back that's going to be able to do it on a consistent. And
Zeke is that. If he's nothing else, I'm serious. If he's nothing else,
I'm going to say something that's probably very contradictory to what I've been saying in the past. And football is fluid, and I can change my mind every now and again.
Sure.
Right.
You might have to start going to the whiteboard. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that.
Don't do that.
You might have to start going to Hunter Lipke.
X is for Jesse. X is for Jesse.
You might have to start using a little bit more Hunter Lipke down there.
Well, that's part. I mean, he's supposed fullback, so
you might have to start using a little bit more of him.
Yeah,
like that. He may be able to give you another wrinkle.
And how they do with the president? These comments were.
Yeah, those comments are not. Those are Jesse Holly's comments. They are not reflective of the show, the Cowboys, my boy, or Nate Newton or Chris Bean.
We riding with you though.
Yeah, they might have to let the white boy get a little run.
Yeah.
They might have to let.
Hannah Lemke get at that
part of
dude.
why he's there too, is to get those short yardage.
I tell you like this here, my man. All of these points are right, but they have to be called and executed. They have to. The players have to execute, and the coaches have to call them.
Are they getting too cute trying to do things when they should just either lob it up to Lamb or run it up the middle with Zeke?
I don't know. I don't know if they're. There's a difference between being too cute, because we've seen them get cute. Like, you try to run the reverse, that's getting cute. But creative, you can get creative in the red zone. You can find ways. A lot of teams, you see it happen. They're doing the rub routes and they're getting guys open. And the problem with the Cowboys is because they don't do the rub routes and they don't do those things. When they see it, when referees see it happen from the Cowboys, they're like, wait, that's got to be a flag.
Yeah.
That's too wide open. You know what I mean? So they got to just get more to doing it and having that be a part of what they do. But
let me say this right. Players over there, I hope y'all are listening. that don't mean that you do what Kelsey Travis do when he pitching them balls sideways.
No.
That is not being. That is a turnover. All right.
Travis Kelsey is a late bus arrival.
Right.
Yeah.
Understand, Travis Kelsey.
He can get
Don't
cute.
stop.
He gets to the bus. He rides the late bus to the stadium.
And he takes his girl with him on that bus.
In fact, he don't even ride that bus. He ride in the blacked out SUV
yes.
with his shorty.
Yes.
So don't try those things at home. You ain't Travis Kelsey. You'll get benched. You'll get tarred and feathered if you try those things, man. All right, guys, we're getting up out of here. Tomorrow, we're doing Cowboys offense, Lions defense. All right, maybe Shannon will be back. Maybe not. We'll see how that hysterectomy heals.
We'll do it now. Adrian Hutchinson. That's it.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Adrian Hutchinson.
Yeah.
It's it. It's over.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson. That's him. We'll tell you more about him tomorrow. All right, man. That's it for our show. For Kurt, for Nate, for Chris, for Josh, for Jazz, for you. Thank you guys for listening and hanging with the boys. The number one show. The number one show. Not just on YouTube, but in the whole damn thing.
Yes,
Hanging with the boys.
Yeah!
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!